Feigning innocence. They claim that you're accusing them. They claim what you're accusing them of didn't happen to make you question your sanity and judgment. All right. Feigning innocence. What they mean by that is this person is proclaiming that they are innocent. This person is proclaiming that they're innocent. All right. If you are around someone and they do something and claim that they're innocent, but you're well aware of what went down, of what just happened, that person is feigning innocence. All right. Say you're having fun with someone, or you're supposedly having a good time with someone, and they try to hurt you, or they do something to try to hurt you. All right. They may try to hurt you on purpose. They may they may end up being abusive with you. They may end up saying something. They may end up hitting you. It's something, this person, say this person wants to try to attack you or something, or this person may come after you. All right. You say, if you call this person out on this, all right, and this person is like, no, I didn't do this. This person is like, no, I didn't just do that. This person is like, no, you're seeing things. I didn't try to hurt you. I didn't do that. That's not what I meant. And immediately the person is trying to act like that's not what they did. Or say you're out around someone and someone says something and it slips out, and they weren't supposed to say that, but they're acting like they didn't say that. If anybody does anything, right, and their immediate claim to fame is that they didn't do anything, or that they didn't cause you any problem, or they didn't cause you any harm, then that person is lying. All right, that person is trying to basically attack you with a lie and defend themselves. And how they come at you in this type of situation is, what they'll do is they'll pretty much they'll have a lot to they'll have a lot to say to you, and they'll basically try to divert you away from getting a straight answer from them. So what they're going to do is they're going to divert you away from getting the answer that you need from this person. This person is going to be saying that they didn't do it. This person is going to be saying you're seeing things, anything that they could possibly do to get you away from the fact that you're calling them out and trying to get them to admit to a behavior. But they want to be able to keep this behavior going. If the person is abusive, if they like hitting people, if the person is verbally abusive, they like talking trash to people, they like belittling people, putting people down. All right, there are some psychotic people out there that like to have that type of dynamic between them and other people, and they're looking for some poor, innocent victim to do that to. And I'm sorry, but not sorry that poor innocent victim ain't nobody on this channel or watching this video. All right, so you have to be firm with people who are on some BS. You got to stand firm on what you know is true, and you can't let people play with you. You can't let people play with you. What you're accusing them of is real. Somebody did something that was wrong. Someone said something they shouldn't have. Somebody tried to harm you, and you saw that. All right, people don't try to harm people for no reason. That is leading up to an abusive relationship, or an abusive friendship, or just abuse, period. People try to see what they can get off and see what you'll put up with, and then they know how they can deal with you. That's how manipulative, narcissistic, evil people work. They do small things just to see what they can get away with, to see how you react to it. Okay, I can't be too heavy on the abuse with this one. They might fight back. Oh, I can't be too heavy on the abuse with this one. They might knock the crap out of me or knock some sense into me. All right. So people, like, they'll test you and they'll see what you'll put up with. They'll see what they can get over on you. They'll see how they can come at you. They'll see just what type of stuff they could pull over on you if they're this type of manipulative, narcissistic, disturbed character type individual. All right. So they're going to lie. They're going to lie. They're going to lie. they're going to lie. They're going to do what they can to remain innocent. They're going to do what they can to make you question your sanity and your judgment. So pretty much this is nothing other than, I know you guys already know what I'm about to say, gaslighting. All right, when someone tries to harm you and then gaslight you, then you know you got to leave. You don't entertain things like that. There's no second guessing trying to figure out if someone tried to harm you or if someone tried to hurt you or not. There's no trying to second guess that, and there's no trying to figure that out. This person tried to harm you. This person tried to hurt you. And people that, like, manipulative people, have ways of making you feel wrong for questioning them. They have ways of making you feel wrong for um, trying to call them out on things. They will deny it and make you they'll deny it and make you think that it didn't happen. All right, they'll word it, they'll present it in a way, they'll manipulate it and possibly you in a way based off of, how you feel towards them or how you like to feel. All right, they play off of people's morals, they play off of people's standards they have for themselves, they play off of people's conscience. All right, they may try to guilt trip you, they may try to make you feel bad. Oh, you think I would do such a thing? What would make you think I would do that? I'm not a bad person. That was a mistake. You're tripping. How dare you come at me like that? I've been nothing but good to you. They know how to try to break you down in a way that makes you take your mind off of the issue you have with them and making you put it back on them. Instead of you having an issue with them, now it's you thinking about you not trying to cause an issue for them. So they can manipulate the situation in a way to where when you come at them to try to get a situation handled or fixed, they'll have you going back and working on yourself and trying to improve something with you, thinking that it's you when it's something with them. And you're not aware that this person just fought against you to preserve their way of life. All right, this person wants to continue to behave this way and be abusive and be psychotic and continue to project their madness onto you. So what they want to do is they would like to fight, and how they do it is covertly. They're not going to present it in a way to where you're able to tell, because a person would just up and leave. But what they'll do is they'll present it in a way to where it's underlying, you're unable to tell, you're unaware that this person is fighting against you. They manipulate it and put it in such a way to where now you feel like you're the problem for trying to get someone to stop causing problems. They make you feel like a problem for trying to address a situation with them. And the more they divert you away from addressing the situation and the more you keep coming back to them and trying to address it, they manipulate it in such a way to where you think that it's you. You keep talking to me about this. I thought we went over this already. You keep bringing this up. You're the one who keeps talking about this. Why you keep bringing this up? You keep bringing it up because it's an unresolved issue, and it's something that you're trying to communicate, something you're trying to work out, something you're trying to talk about, something you're trying to figure out. But with personalities like this, you'll turn blue in the face and run out of air before you get them to admit anything that they did or even care. They'll never care and they'll never admit it. That's why they have their tactics. That's why they lie. That's why they deny. All right, they'll lie straight to your face. They'll do something to you and they'll lie and act like they never did it. Why? Because they want to keep the behavior going. They want to keep the wheel spinning of negative. That they want to keep the negative wheel of fortune spinning, the game that they're playing with you. Wheel of negative fortune. They want to keep the game playing. These people play sick, weirdo, sicko games with you of negativity to destroy you, to bring you hell instead of peace, to harm you instead of help you, to hurt you instead of heal you. They want to destroy you. All right, but they want to do it like they want to. It's like a death by a thousand cuts. That's what they want to deliver you. They want to just cut you slowly and watch you bleed slowly from each wound until you just fall over and collapse. All right. And they like when they do things and then deny it, it's a test to see if you'll stay. It's a test to see if you'll keep dealing with them. It's a test to see if you'll put up with it, if you'll deal with it, if you'll be entrapped by the madness that they're trying to bring into your life. All right. They're trying to see how strong you are or if you're weak. Once you realize that somebody is manipulating you or someone is trying to play games with you, you can't be on this person's side for nothing. You can't do what they say for nothing. It's time for you to be defiant. It's time for you to not do anything they want. It's time for you to slowly but surely cut this person out of your life. And if you have to, you may even have to act a way that will make this person kick you out their life. Some people are too invested to just up and go. Some people, unfortunately, have developed some type of attachment. I know how if you develop some type of attachment and you feel you can't go, but you want to, you're going to have to act in a way that makes this person repulsive, makes you repulsive to this person. You're going to have to act in a way that makes this person want to get rid of you just as bad as you want them to. All right, you don't want anyone playing with your sanity. You don't want anybody playing, making you confused on what type of judgments that you need to make. People who are playing with your sanity are very corrupt people. All right, they're very diabolical, corrupt people. These are people who care about themselves more than anything in the world. These are people who care about power more than people. These are people who care about their image, their self image, how people view them. They're glutton for power, and instead of being peaceful with people, they want to be powerful over people. Instead of being peaceful with people, they want to be powerful over people. They'll come to you in peace. They'll proclaim that they have, the good intentions, but this person is low key trying to undermine you and take over your whole operation. This person is low key trying to play you and figure you out and try to basically set up shop and get control over your life, get control over everything that deals with you, everything that you have to do. All right. And also this person is trying to control you in a way to where you accept their abuse. All right, this person is trying to make you okay with abuse. When someone causes you some harm or tries to hurt you and then act like that's not what they just did, if you are going to continue to deal with someone like that and honestly act like that's not what just happened, that's a trauma bond. People will take advantage of you when you're in a vulnerable situation and you have no place to go, and they'll turn on you. They'll get violent, they'll get harmful, they'll get abusive. They'll put you in a one down position. They'll try to take advantage of the situation. You have to be careful. And people will do the most, and people will do bad things to you if they can. It's always good to take care of yourself and always good to put yourself in a position to where you're not going to need anyone, especially if you know that you have been dependent upon or people in the past to where you've needed people longer than you should have possibly. All right, if you're the type of person that you get attached to people or whatever it is you got going on, all right, you have to know yourself. All right, there are people who have issues that need to learn themselves and heal themselves and fix themselves before they deal with people, because people will see you as vulnerable, take advantage of your weaknesses, and possibly leave you high and dry after they get done manipulating you and taking advantage of you. All right, because there are sick people out here that are looking for a come up. They see someone as they see someone that they can manipulate as finding a bag of money or finding some money on the ground or hitting a lick. All right, they look there are people who look at some people as a lick instead of looking at you as a person, instead of looking at you as a friend, instead of looking at you as a teammate, all right, as a person that's cool with them. They look at you as a lick. All right, some of you people think you got friends, y'all all going out all the time, and you the one always forking up stuff, you the lick. All right, you got this person that was putting up and helping you, and then now it's nothing, and now you're the only one, and you're going broke, and they got money, you're a lick. All right, if something seems uneven and it's not working out for you and it's not benefiting you anymore, and the other person is doing well and you're not doing too good, you're a lick. All right, there are people who, if somebody's trying to make it seem like y'all are good, but they're the only one that's good and you ain't, you're a lick. Well, I'm waiting for me to get good, but they're good, but I'm waiting on my time. No, you're a lick. You're going to have to get away from this person in order for your time to come, because your time is getting held up and destroyed and taken over by this demonic leech of an entity that you've allowed to come into your life. All right, sometimes people are too heavily invested to get rid of people. All right, sometimes, the person was loving on you, the person was making you feel good. All right, they take advantage of people who are, this person is weak in this area, this person got this going on. That's why you have to know yourself. You got to get by yourself. I'm not saying stay by yourself forever, but learn you, figure you out, work things out, make yourself better, improve in certain areas, learn certain things, learn how to maintain relationships, develop relationships, learn the psychology of people, study some things on people, learn how people work. So that way, when people, if anyone does try to harm you, anything that you went through and you don't know how to prevent it from happening, if it does again, that means you need to learn about your experience. You need to do some studying on what you went through and figure out what happened, so that way you can prevent it. All right, don't allow people to feign innocence. All right, it should be feigning ignorance. That's what they're really doing. They're feigning ignorance, more like fanning ignorance. They need to fan that ignorance back to where they came from, because they're trying to play you and make it seem like you're stupid. All right, some people are testing you because they may have you in a situation where you're vulnerable. They may know that you need some help and you don't have nobody else right now. All right, when you need help and you don't have nobody else, people will do some wild things, and then people will do the most. They'll say something and act like they didn't say it. They'll do something and act like they didn't do it. Why? Because they know that if you'll be less likely to test them or to question them or to come at them, because they know you need them for a specific situation. They know you need them for some type of help. They know that you're in need of them right now, and only an evil person would take advantage of that. All right, so you'll have it all starts with people trying to see how far they can go with you. So when people try to feign ignorance after some innocence, after something that they just did, if you call them out on it and there's nothing that can be done about it except this person is just trying to ignore it and sweep it under the rug, you ignore this person and you sweep them under the rug. There's certain times where you have to cut people off and realize that this is not a person I'll be able to deal with, because it's little red flags like this, little actions like this, little attitudes like this, little situations and things that people do like this, that if you continue to deal with a person like this, they're going to screw you the hell over and ruin your life, and going to bat an eye, and not even going to bat an eye, and not even going to act like anything happened. Why? Because they're good, and you'll realize by the time they get done with you, all the things they said was BS, and only person they care about is themselves, and got the nerve to say that you the only one that care about yourself. People are nuts. All right, people are bat-ish crazy, and they find good people and they look at you as a lick, because it's maybe something you're unsuspecting of, maybe something you're unaware of, and and they'll potentially try and play you. But you have to learn from your mistakes and figure out how to not get played by people, so that way you can come up, and that way you can have more power in the dynamic in the relationships that you deal with people. Not to do it back what has been done to you, but to prevent you from having to go through it again, or possibly help somebody else and make them aware of the type of people they're around or the type of situation they're in, to prevent it happening to another innocent person. All right, so that they're feigning false innocence. This person is acting innocent, but they guilty as the day is long. They know they just did something wrong. They know what they did wasn't right. They know what they did was harmful. They know what they did was bad. But they this is the people. There are people who like to harm people, but will get with a totally innocent, harmless person. I wonder why that is, because the person's a coward. They want someone that they could beat up on, that they know is not going to hit them back. You going to hit them back. All right, somebody tries to beat on you, hit them back. They need to learn a damn lesson. Hit them back and hit them hard, Somebody try to put they if somebody puts their hands on you, teach them a lesson. You're a good person. You don't deserve that. They try to put their hands on you. You teach them a lesson, a hard one. Nobody should be putting their hands on nobody. All right. Nobody should be putting their hands on anybody. Somebody try to abuse you or do you wrong in any kind of way. Teach that person a lesson. You know, you gotta teach people a lesson. If they're gonna do that to you, you do it back to them. Even if you are scared or afraid, still hit them. And what I'm saying is to defend yourself. If you're afraid, if you're scared, still defend yourself. If you're afraid, do it afraid. You got to teach people a lesson. These people, you can't just go through life and just let people just do you like that and just hit on you and you just doing ping ping ping. I'm not gonna do nothing. Hell no. If you're afraid, if you're scared, still stand up for yourself and still hit that person anyway. I don't care if you got to do it when they not looking. Pick up something and bam. You're not going to let people be abusive to you anymore. And this is only for self-defense. This is only for self-defense. If somebody is trying to attack you and you're dealing with a crazy person, and that this is, this is why, but this is why you leave. So it doesn't get to this point. When you notice someone, say they do something small and they act like they didn't do it, the only reason why I talked about what I just talked about is because if you don't leave before, that's what it's going to get to. If somebody is abusive, if somebody tries to hurt you or harm you and they sweep it under the rug and act like they didn't do nothing and you stay, well, they were just playing, or no, 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 no. They were just testing you to see when they really put the whooping on you, or if they really try to get abusive with you, what's going to happen. They were testing you right then and there to see if you were going to hit them back. I don't even care. I don't care if somebody is playing. If they're playing with you and they hit you, you play and you hit them the hell back. Oh, I was playing, so am I. Bam. I'm real playful. All right, because some people aren't right up in the head. Some people really have this idea in their mind that, you know what, I'm gonna take this person, I'm gonna do what I want with them. I'm gonna, their life is mine. I'm gonna control this. Feigning innocence. All right. They claim that you're accusing them of what didn't happen. It didn't happen. That didn't happen. I didn't do that. If people try to test you with something, you make sure they fail that test. When people try to test you, you make sure they fail that test. If they do something small, if they yell at you, if they argue with you, if they snap on you one time, oh, I didn't mean that. No, that person meant that. That's who they are. They're going to do that later, and it's probably going to be worse. They're seeing if you're going to stick around for it, whether it's verbal, whether it's physical, whether it's mental. Don't deal with any kind of abuse. Don't turn a blind eye to something that you know is wrong. Yo, you just did that. No, I didn't. I didn't mean that. No, you just did that. You know, you have to be wise. You got to be smart. People are stupid, and when people play stupid games, they got to win stupid prizes, and winning that stupid prize is you bouncing up out of their life. You not dealing with them. All right, you not dealing with them, because if it is, you don't want to stick around until it gets to the point to where you got to hit this person back on some not playing around stuff. Sometimes people will play around and see whatever, no, it's no playing around. Somebody does something, even if it's playful, you play with them right back, and you let them know, all right, hey, yeah, I will play right back. You can't, you got to stop being a nice person. It's no more being nice to people, especially that nice to where somebody feels that they could do something to you, and you're not gonna do nothing back. You got to work on yourself and change some things about you if people feel that way towards you. And even if that's the way they still think, that means you just gonna have to, you not retaliate, not get yourself in trouble, but you whatever they do to you, you gonna have to do it back to send them a message. But you're gonna have to do it in a smart, strategic way to where you don't get yourself in no trouble. All right, but because you don't deserve to have people deal with you like this. But when somebody does this, is you just get up and go. When somebody does this, you just get up and go. If you have to, if you can real quick, if somebody does something real quick, do it back, and then pack your stuff up and go, or just pack your stuff up and go. It's up to you. All right. Sometimes, if it's a reaction, you really can't help it. Somebody does something, you bam, do it right back. If you're the opposite sex and somebody is playful like that, somebody's playing around like that, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Leave that girl. Don't ever go back to that girl. Don't talk to that girl. Don't deal with that girl. Don't do nothing with that girl. Because sooner or later, if you stay with her, she will end up trying something later. All right. Anytime someone does something to you and they're like, oh no, I didn't mean it. They say something, that they do something, that if it's, they've ruined something. All right. They could take something of yours and ruin it and mess it up. Oh my God, I didn't mean that. If they try to act if they try to act surprised, they try to act like they don't know, they try to act like they didn't do it, that person is BSing you. That person is trying to fool you. All right, they're well aware of what they're doing. They know what they did. They know that they're this terrible toxic person, and you being you can't stay around somebody that's toxic and say, I'm gonna be the bigger person. No. All right, you be the bigger person. You have to be the biggest person by walking away from the situation. There's nothing in that situation that says stay. All right. There's nothing in that situation that says stay. Some people will see that they have a person that's good, and the coward starts to come out of them, and they want to see how far they can go. All right, some people will see that you're a good person, and you won't harm them. So you're not here to harm them. You're not here to hurt them. You're not here to be the type of person that they are to be to you. So what they'll do is they'll see you as being weak. Oh, you're not this type of person that I am. You're not the type of person that handles people this way. I see this as a weakness. Narcissistic people see empaths as weaker because we're not evil, and they don't see our power. They don't see us as being strong. They don't see us as having strength, but they're the one that's intimidated. What we have to do is not be intimidated by their tactics. Narcissistic people, they look at you real mean. They might yell. They might, give you a weird stare, or they might try to put on a front or a show, or sell you some wolf tickets and bark and scream and all that stuff. You can't be you can't be swayed by that. You have to stay focused on the actual person, look them dead in the eye, and see that this is just someone being afraid. This is just someone that's cowering in fear. And most people are just trying to intimidate you and put fear in you, and see where you're at with yours. All right, but if you don't show them that you're intimidated, it's just like a dog. You don't show a dog that you're intimidated. If that dog knows you're afraid, it's going to bite you. If these people know you're afraid of them, they might try you. But if you don't show them any fear, all right, even when they're trying to play their games, or even if they're trying to play around, then they're more than less likely to try you, and they'll probably just see you as someone that they need to not mess with, or this is someone that they can't, they can't get their game over with. But when people try to do things and they act like they didn't do it, they act like they didn't. They act, oh, I didn't mean to break that. Oh, I didn't mean to ruin that. Oh, I didn't mean to step on your shoe. Oh, I didn't mean to ruin your shirt. Oh, I didn't mean to wash that with that. Oh, I didn't mean to mess this up. Oh, I didn't mean to eat your this, or what people will do things, and it's just to try to get on your nerves. It's to test you. It's to upset you, and it's to see if you're willing to put up with the type of person that they are, because they're trying to show you that there's somebody else. And then the more you put up with, the more they're going to get comfortable with showing you the real them. And eventually they're hoping that they can get you addicted to them, to where they could just be themselves, this toxic, harmful, evil person, and you just accept it and take whatever comes along with it. And that's why a lot of people end up in abusive relationships or abusive situations, or where people are belittling, or putting you down, or saying harmful things to you. People end up to invest it. And they feel like a fool if they'll leave. It's like they leave with nothing. And sometimes people don't want to walk away from the situation because of how other people are going to think about them. Don't be afraid to get your life back. Don't be afraid to get your peace back. Don't be afraid to have nothing. Don't be afraid to leave one lifestyle and go to a lesser one. All right, you can get money back. You can get money back. You can get your peace back. You can get your health back. You can get your sanity back. All right, but you're not going to be able to get your freedom back, or you're not going to be able to get anything back that may have been harmed or damaged. If there's any physical altercations between you and people are crazy, man. People will stab, cut, shoot, whatever. Call other people. Some people are toxic as hell. They'll be in a whole, talking to you, but they got somebody, that they deal with on deck. All right, never deal with a woman that has this one guy that she says she can call, because this is the crazy monster that will go to jail for this heathen, for this rotten stank woman. And this person will do everything for this person, possibly whatever, anything they got to do. They'll sit behind bars for her. All right, these are the type of females that got mental control over certain people, and it's always some crazy killer dude out there that they got control over. All right, and this is just people in general. People always have someone, and even dudes too. You always see the dynamic of, it's always the brains of the operation. People be like, "Oh, I got this, I got that, I got goons." That's kind of the same thing. People be like, "I got this, I got that." So people like that, they don't mind seeing bad things happen to other people. So it's certain signs that you'll see that it's like you can't play around. You can't stay around just because the situation is good. You can't stay around for a little while. I'll just do it for a little bit. The person toxic, I'll just do it for a little bit and then lead. Like, no, you have to get up out these situations immediately. You have to get up out these situations immediately. These people are hoping that you stick around, because the way that they will do you is they'll lure you in, or try to convince you, or try to manipulate you into staying, or like they not even, and it's not even as far as like the manipulation, as far as like trying to convince you. They'll do things and get you to need them, that which will end up making you convinced. Like, say somebody helps you out, say like a person tries to convince a kid on the street to sell drugs or whatever. He gives him money, gives him advances. Now he stops giving him money or whatever. He's like, "Oh, well, you move this product, you'll be able to get the same thing." That's manipulating that kid. He helped him out. He did this. Oh, well, I can't do that for you no more, but move this product. And then now the kid wants to have the lifestyle, or there's people that do things like that to people all the time. All right, this all it is just one person trying to take advantage of another person, because they could see some weaknesses, they see some points where this person needs improvement. So you have to be careful. All right, there are I'm gonna keep saying this. There are people that are not like you, that don't mind seeing bad things happen to you, that will pretend to try to work their way into your life and act like they're the same type of person, but they're totally not, and they're different, and they will walk away watching you suffer, and they will just leave you to die. They will leave you for dead, and will not care, and not have a second thought in the matter. Won't even sneeze or lose an ounce of sleep at night. All right, these are the people that are trying to get you to question your sanity and question your judgment. It's all because they want to remain in control. If you trust yourself, if you trust your judgment, if you believe that you're right and they are wrong, what are you going to do? You're going to end up leaving. That this person's on some BS. You're not going to deal with that. You're not going to allow that or this type of person to stay into your life. You're going to move on from this, and you're going to leave this person where they're at a whole lot sooner and a whole lot faster. All right, so this is why you leave people, because eventually there's no reason to stay in a situation like that. That's not playing around. That's not playful. As soon as you notice that people are toxic, negative, narcissistic, manipulative, disturbed, covert aggressive, like you have to know if someone is fighting against you, if someone's trying to manipulate you, someone's trying to use you, someone's trying to destroy your life. And I don't mean to be negative. People are like, "Is he ever positive?" Yes, I'm very positive, but they're like, positive people are at risk. All right, for these types of situations. All right, you know how You wear you know how you have protection in other areas of life so you don't end up with anything, any issues or any damages to your body. It's the same thing. This is pretty much spiritual, mental protection, so that way when you go out into the world, you strapped mentally, spiritually, so that way you can handle and be aware of certain situations, because there are people out there that haven't lived much life yet. There's people out there that haven't had many experiences. There's people who are who they are, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you have people who have been through some things. You have people who are bitter. You have people who have had life experience. The world has they've learned what they learned from the world, and they feel bitter about it, and they want to take it out on other people, and they feel it's their duty to share the savings. And you don't want any of those savings. All right, that's a check that your ass can't cash, and you don't want to. All right, they can keep that check. All right, you gonna avoid it when you get it. So it is what it is. You want to protect yourself. You want to stay positive. You want to stay healthy. You want to stay in peaceful, non-hostile environments. Then when you notice, all right, that people, when you notice little things like somebody does something and they're ignoring it and they're acting like they didn't do it, you could avoid everything we talked about in this video. All right, don't go hurt anybody. Don't go harm nobody. You don't got to fight nobody. That's just for entertainment purposes. All right, none of that's going to happen. When you notice someone trying to play you or take advantage of you or try to do something and then act like they didn't do it, you're going to leave. When you know that you saw something and someone's acting like they didn't do it, you're not going to argue with them. You're going to leave. You're not going to get mad and trying to prove them wrong. You're going to leave. The real person that's going to lose in a situation is them. The real person that's going to feel stupid when you all they get is your back is them. Because, oh man, they done played themselves. They thought they were playing you, but they done played themselves out of probably the best thing that could ever happen to them. Trying to claim that what you're accusing them of didn't happen. Why act like that in the first place? Because they don't know how to act. It's who they are. They're putting on a front. They're trying to pretend to be something that they're not, and it's low key getting exposed with every little bit of time that you spend around this person. With every little bit of time that you spend around this person, they're exposing themselves, and you're able to see exactly who they are. With each little thing they think they're hiding, you're able to see it. They think they're hiding it. God's steady showing it to you. They think they're hiding it. You steady peeping every little thing, not even looking for it. They just exposing themselves, trying to hide how they really are, because they know that if you could figure out who they really are off the rip, if they were to present themselves as to the real you to them, you wouldn't want nothing to do with them. The real you wouldn't want anything to do with the real them, because the real them needs work, and they're not working on themselves. They're too busy conquering other people and taking. It feels good to have power over people instead of them having power over themselves. Don't let people like that make you question your sanity or your judgment, because all they're going to do is keep playing with you. All they're going to do is keep running game on you. They know that you care about what people think about you when it comes to you being a good person or not. You have to not care even when it comes to you being a good person. If people don't think you're a good person, screw them. If people don't like you, screw them. People don't think that you're valid, screw them. People don't think that you're a upstanding citizen, screw them. At least you won't be taken advantage of. You won't have people playing with you, and you'll have people's respect. People respect people that don't allow other people to play with them or do them any kind of way. You're not being a bad person. They're trying to manipulate you into thinking you are a bad person because you're a good person, and they know that you'll care if they say you're a bad person, if they say you're being selfish, if they say you're not caring as much as they are, or if you don't care or anything like that. Anything bad that they can do to get a good person to look at themselves as bad, they can use that to try to get you to think that you're not doing enough. Try to get you to like serve them or bow down and roll out the red carpet for them and give them some type of treatment, some type of celebrity, some type of god treatment. All right, they want you to bow down to them, and they'll make you feel you need to Because if you don't, they'll convince you that you're doing something wrong when you're not doing anything wrong at all. So trust your judgment. All right. Trust your judgment around people who deny, people who minimize, people who try to change the subject, people who try to get your opinion or your mind on something else instead of the task at hand. All right. Trust your judgment around those people more than you would even if they're trying to get you to doubt it. All right. So thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.